plains. I took the Lord's name in vain. Heaven help me, there ain't no end in sight.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing another World War II video. And I've got the M1 Garand, also known by the GIs as the M1 Thumb. I'll get into that in a little bit. So this was designed by John Garand. A lot of people pronounced it Garand, so this was known as the M1 Garand. John Garand designed this in 1928, made some revisions, a couple other things, and I believe this began production in 1938. It was produced from 1938 to 1955. Springfield Armory was the primary manufacturer of this. There were a couple others. International Harvester produced them, and so did Winchester. It's chambered in .30-06 Springfield. It was really the first semi-automatic battle rifle in World War II, and most of the other countries were using the bolt-action rifles, the Mosin Nagant, the Lee Enfield, the Arisaka, and the K98 Mauser. And, you know, so this gave you a distinct advantage over the bolt action, because as you're firing a bolt action and operating the bolt, you're coming off target, even just so slightly. But with the M1, you can just semi-auto, 8 shots 30-06, and you can just work the enemy lines over. You know what I mean? As most of you know, the distinctive ping is what this is famous for. You fire all 8 rounds, the clip shoots out, and then you just pop another 8-round clip in, the in-block clips. They are clips, not magazines. Magazines have springs. The in-block clips are just that, clips. They just hold the bullets together like a clip. It has a 24-inch barrel. It's rifled. It has it weighs about 9.5 pounds. The overall length is 43.5 inches. And it's very, very simple to disassemble. I'll show you that right now. So you turn the rifle upside down. You use I use a screwdriver or a punch. Slip it through this the rear trigger, and you pull that up. Once you get that, your trigger assembly comes right out, and you can remove your stock. And here's your bolt, your operating rod, your op rod, your barrel, and all of that. And I'm not going to further disassemble this, because I am no expert in it just yet. I literally just picked this rifle up. I have been looking for one of these rifles for several years now for a good deal, and I finally found one for a good deal. So reassembly, you just put it back in like this. It takes a little getting used to, for me anyway. It's really not very difficult. I'm just making it look a little bit more difficult than what it actually is. And so here's your safety. And you're back in business. Very easy to field strip and clean. And so like I said, you know, it's known for the distinctive ping. And so how you would load that is you pull your bolt all the way back. You put I'm going to put the safety on. You put a 8-round in-block clip. It's got cutouts for how it goes. The best way to do it is to support your bolt and kind because this will want to ride forward automatically once you get that clip in. So the clip's in, give it a slap forward, and you're good to go. You're ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to unload it. And one of the common misconceptions with this firearm is that people say you can't top these off, which is not the case, because you absolutely can top these off or do a tack reload. So as I hold this bolt open, there's another button that you can't see on the side. You press that and it pops your clip right out. And so you don't have to expend every round for you to be able to reload this, and that's a very common misconception. So that button that I was showing you is right here on the receiver. So a lot of people say, you know, these can't be reloaded, or you can't do a tactical reload with this rifle, but that's not the case. You pull the bolt back, hold it open, press that button, pops the current clip in, whether it has 1, 2, 3, however many rounds. It'll pop it out. You just take your clip like I showed you, pop it in. You want to make sure you're supporting the bolt when you do that, because if you push it in and the bolt's not supported, a lot of times it'll ride forward and slice your thumb. So that's why a lot of GIs call it the M1 thumb. This saw obviously heavy use, like I said, in World War II and Korea. And it's just, you know, like General Patton said, the greatest battlefield implement ever. And it really is. It won the war for us. It won, you know, both wars, World War II and really the Korean War. Although, you know, the Korean War, I wouldn't say was a very clear-cut victory. But for what we were working with, you know, this thing served us tremendously. The Marines in the Chosin Reservoir. If you know anything about Korean War or anything like that, then you might know of a guy named Hector Cafferata. He is a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient. This was his rifle, and he used it very effectively. In a 7 to 8 hour firefight, he was accredited with well over 100 enemy killed. Some Marines on the ground estimated numbers as high as 200. And he, you know, completely attributes this to the M1 Garand rifle. You know, he said plenty of guys, you know, it's a devastating cartridge and semi-automatic, quick reloads, super reliable, doesn't jam, doesn't break. It's just a great rifle. But Hector Cafferata, in his own words, said, you know, he'd fire 6-7 shots and drop 6-7 guys. And he said he doesn't know how many times he fired 8-round clips and dropped 8 men. During the points of this battle in the Chosin Reservoir, he fired his weapon, his rifle, so often and so fast that the overheated barrel would set the upper handguard on fire, and he would put it out with snow and fire another 20 rounds or so. And that just shows you how reliable and how tough these things are. Absolutely the best rifle. This is what won us World War II, is this rifle. It is my current favorite rifle of all time. And you know, I'm planning on training with it and becoming pretty effective with it. If you have any questions, I don't have the bayonet for it yet, but I will soon. But yeah, this has a protected front sight post, adjustable peep rear sight, sling, bayonet lug, and it's just a gas blowback operated. The gas comes up through your gas tube, cycles the weapon. Pretty simple. As the bolt resets to the rear, it recocks your hammer, and that's it for the M1 Garand. You know, my favorite rifle of all time, and probably the most advanced weapon. It was just so miles ahead of what was currently used on the battlefield. The most technologically advanced rifle for the time. So there it is. If you got any questions, comments, leave them down in the comments section, and thanks for watching.